Okay, I have a semi-sleeping cat, and I'm hoping he behaves while I do this. So I was this close to crying, this close. It was everything I wanted. It wrapped up perfectly. Maybe not perfectly, but it wrapped up really well in a beautiful red, white, and blue bow with wings.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Will, and this is my spoiler review for the finale of The Falcon and Winter Soldier, Episode 6. Now, if you haven't watched the finale yet, go watch it. It is really good. I've said that about, I think, every episode this season, but it's really damn good. It culminates everyone's storyline very perfectly. It sets up everyone as well for their future in the MCU, and I'm very excited where we're going with these characters, especially after this finale. So you have been warned. Go watch the finale and then come back and hear my thoughts on it. This is going to be definitely mainly my thoughts. I'm not going to give you like a play-by-play this time. Just going to talk about really the stuff that I'm really happy with. And this episode definitely proves my episode 5 spoiler review about 50% right and 50% wrong. So you can go watch that. That's on the channel right now. I just posted it yesterday. It has been a week. So check those videos out and make sure you watch the finale and then come back and watch my spoiler review for it. And also subscribe to the channel for more if you do like this type of video. I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, I do some gaming stuff, some drinking stuff, all in the realm of geekiness, as you can see. So if you do like this, why not give me a subscribe? I'd love to have you, and I'd love to talk to you too in the comments down below. So, hey folks, so I did not know this at the time of recording. I'm in the middle of editing my spoiler review for the finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier, but the Hollywood Reporter just broke news that Captain America 4 is in development at Marvel Studios, with the showrunner from Falcon and Winter Soldier being the person who is penned to write the script for it. So I guess we're not getting a season 2 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Instead, we are getting a movie starring Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, aka Captain America. So that's pretty exciting. I just wanted to point that out since it's not in the review, because the news broke while I was recording and I didn't know until I was done. So enjoy the video and thanks for watching. Spoiler warning out the way, let's talk about the finale. And I gotta be real with you, this finale was really well done. I was really happy with a lot of stuff that occurred in the finale. I was very, very happy with our new suit designs for the Falcon, or should I say Captain America, because we finally get Sam Wilson in all of his Captain America glory with that beautiful vibranium Wakandan suit that it's very comic accurate. If you look at the suit and you look at the comic version of it, it is almost a dead ringer, and it works. It works really, really well. The opening fight scenes is really cool too. We get to see Sam with the fruits of his training, all tossing the shield, using the wings, flying around, spin kicking Batroc, teaching him a lesson, stuff like that. When people were like, "Aren't you the Falcon?" He's like, "I'm Captain America." And I believe him when he says it. Unlike when John Walker was saying he was Captain America. No, Sam Wilson is Captain America, and not because of that shield. He is Captain America through and through. His ideals, his values, which are on full display after the climactic battle with him and Carly and the Flag Smashers in this episode. He really does earn the title in this episode. He's always had it, but this is his coming out party, and the entire world is watching. Very similar to episode 4, without someone else bashing their brains in with the shield. I really love the suit design. It looks fantastic. The action in the episode is really well done, but it's really more so Sam's statement to the world and his actions and his words, especially after they're able to stop the Flag Smashers towards the end of the episode. We also get everyone converging on New York. Everyone who has any major importance in the story are all converging at the same time. I've obviously mentioned Sam Wilson, now Captain America, fully decked out, showing up in his suit. Got Bucky giving them support on the ground and inside of the building, trying to stop them as they're taking the council hostage, trying to stop them from going through with the vote. We also get Sharon Carter returning too, who, as I said in the previous one, I had feelings she was the power broker, and it's the worst kept secret. She is the power broker. It's a very, very interesting twist that they've decided to do with this character, and I'm actually all for it. I also said in the previous video how the series is very similar to WandaVision, where it was a tale of two origin stories. Whereas WandaVision was the origin of two heroes, or a hero and a hero's fall to more power and control, potentially becoming a villain. And in the previous video, I stated that this was not only Sam Wilson's origin as Captain America, but also John Walker's origin as a villain. So I was right about the origin of a villain, but I was technically wrong about who the true villain was becoming, and that was Sharon. This does not excuse John Walker in a lot of his actions, but however, in this episode, I will say he gets a moment of redemption where he is there alongside Bucky and Sam, trying to stop the Flag Smashers, but obviously two different reasons of trying to stop them. Whereas Sam and Bucky in the episode really try to reason with Carly because they don't want her to necessarily become a martyr. They don't want her to throw her life away or to feel that she has to die for this cause, and they want her to not become the true villain. I gotta say, I think in the end she really did not become the true villain. She definitely did some bad stuff. She definitely pushed the envelope a lot in the episode, but her death at the end of it was much more of a martyr than necessarily a villain death. Whereas with Walker, he was there to kill her. He was there to get that revenge that he's been craving, and that revenge consumes him all the way up to the point where he does make probably the only good decision or the only true act of heroism in the series, and it just happens to be in the finale. The hostages are inside of an armored truck and it's about to go over, and he's obviously obsessed with getting his hands on Carly, but he sees this and finally makes the logical decision to use his powers for some monochrome of good. He tries to hold the armored vehicle from falling over the edge while symbolically throwing down his janky Captain America shield, basically realizing that the shield is not what makes him a hero. His own actions will make him a hero. By doing that, helping hold it in place long enough for Sam to come flying in to support it from underneath, and they both actually save the hostages' lives. Does one good act make you a hero? No. He obviously has to do the work. And I was also wrong about what they were going to do with him. I was curious if they were going to do some sort of twist with him and maybe make him like a Hydra version of Captain America like we saw in the Secret Empire comic with the introduction of Val, who I don't know who she works for. They didn't make that clear in the episode, but we did get at the end of the episode John Walker now fully decked out in his U.S. agent attire. It's basically the same suit, but it's now black and red, and it looks really good on him. I think it does look good on him. The only thing is, again, with the character, there really wasn't any sort of reprimand or any sort of consequences for his actions. Besides having a moment of showing some kind of heroism, he really didn't get anything. He actually got a new suit and a new title, and he's working for another organization. Who that organization is, we don't know yet. It could just be some sort of government organization offshoot version a la S.H.I.E.L.D., or it could be Hydra. It could still be Hydra. But I was wrong about that. They did go straight with the U.S. agent monochrome for him, and I think the suit looks really good as well. The best part of the episode for me is not even the action or the reveal that Sharon was the power broker when she confronts Carly, and Carly already knows that she's the power broker. This is the first time we've seen both of them on screen together, so it makes sense that she would know since she's the one who stole the serum from her. And that leaves a lot of questions as to what Sharon's future is going to be in the MCU, especially with that post-credit scene that we got too. She's definitely a full villain now, and it's going to be interesting to see where her character goes in future movies. But she is the one actually fatally shoots Carly. before Sam can realize what's happening. By the time Sam gets there, or by the time Sam recovers, because they do have a little bit of a clash, it's too late. Carly dies in Sam's arms. And instead of just leaving her body, we get this really nice symbolic moment of Sam carrying Carly out, carrying her body to the ambulance in order, I guess, to be treated, but she, at this point, I believe she is already dead. And this is where we get probably one of the best scenes of the episode, is when Sam confronts the council after they're thanking him for saving their lives and stuff like that, but he doesn't agree with what they're trying to do with this vote. Very similar to Carly. In episode 4, when Sam and Carly had that conversation, Sam agreed that he does understand and even believe in her struggle, her plight, but he does state in the episode that he doesn't agree with her methods of doing it. We see the right way of doing it, and that's with Sam confronting the council, explaining to them, like, you know, calling people terrorists and thugs and all these derogatory names is not helping your cause. Like, what do you think they see you as with all your military armed guards, you know, running these camps? And explaining that you got to do better, and how he doesn't have any superpowers. His only power is to believe and have the hope that we can do better as a species, as a people. And the entire world is watching this. We get to see the reaction from Torres, from Isaiah Bradley, from people watching this on camera. His sister is watching as well. And it's just the profound effect that his words have, not only on the council to really make the right decision and to really try to work for everyone, not only how the sense of pride and the look of pride on Bucky's face when he sees Sam in this role, that he's always kind of seen Sam as that role. That's that sort of feeling of like he was the right choice. It's one of the best scenes in the episode, and it was one of the scenes that almost brought me to tears, because that's what you want in that sort of character. That's what you want in that sort of role, is someone who can inspire. That's the beauty of the Captain America character. It's not about the patriotism. It's about the inspiration. It's about the ability to inspire people to be better, to do better. And having the Sam Wilson version speaks so much more volumes than any other version that I think you can do right now. I think it's going to relate and it's going to inspire so many other people than previous iterations of the character. Like if Bucky took the role on, it wouldn't mean the same. It wouldn't have the impact I feel that Sam having the shield and having the mantle and being that person, and not necessarily the mantle or the shield make him Captain America. He is Captain America, and the entire episode displays that so beautifully to the point of almost shedding a tear. I know a lot of people I know people who did cry, and I was very damn close. The other really good scene is when he visits Isaiah back in Baltimore. I love how even where we just were one episode prior, where Isaiah never could believe that they would accept a black man's Captain America, but everyone seems to be accepting him. And Sam even admits in his conversation that's caught on tape, he knows there's a lot of people out there that won't accept this, that won't like him. When Sam tells Isaiah, he's like, I'm not going to let anyone tell me that I can or can't fight for what I believe in or my home. And that sort of positivity really even changes Isaiah to a degree as well. He's like, you're special. He's like, you're not Malcolm, you're not Martin, you're not Gandhi. He's like, I'm not claiming to be any of those, but he is special. And that's true. And that's what makes him perfect to carry that mantle forward into the next era of the MCU. And I like how Sam was able to do something right for Isaiah, even though Isaiah didn't want any sort of knowledge that he's alive and stuff like that. He was able to get the legacy that Isaiah was a part of, his legacy, his story told without putting Isaiah in danger. And they were able to add him to that Captain America museum at the Smithsonian to honor his sacrifice, his story, and to make sure that he was not erased. And that was a really beautiful moment. That's the second time I almost cried in the episode, was that one, because he got to experience that with his grandson. Elijah, who does become Patriot on Young Avengers. So the episode does end really nicely where Sam's back home, people taking pictures, hanging with family stuff. Bucky shows up and is just hanging out. And Bucky in this episode too had genuine moments of happiness, of smiling, of being that Bucky that we first met in the first Avenger. Before being reprogrammed as Winter Soldier, this is the most he has been Bucky Barnes, I think, since the 40s. It's a joy to see that smile that Sebastian Stan gives to the camera and gives in the scene, because and the pride that he has being proud of who Sam is and being able to call him a friend, because they are friends. He even says, like, nice work, Cap. And yeah, it's dope that they're doing the Sam Wilson Captain America. It's super dope that we've gotten to the point in the MCU that we're getting that. The series may have some story issues or some pacing issues and stuff like that, but overall I think the series has been really well done and continuing to flesh out existing characters, helping these characters evolve even further than what we got in the movies. I mean, we've got a Winter Soldier now who is back to being himself, who can dictate his own destiny, who still has to grapple with the past. He did confront Yuri about the death of his son, and he owned up to it. And it was a tough scene. It was a tough moment, but it was a moment that had to happen. And I think it benefited not only Yuri giving him peace, but as well as Bucky giving him some peace and closure as well. To the point where he leaves the notebook with all the names crossed off and a note for the therapist just thanking her for her help. I think that's a really good ending for the Winter Soldier story, but now continuing Bucky Barnes, the White Wolf story going forward. Flag Smashers are pretty much all killed. I mean, Carly dies in the fight. The remaining Flag Smashers are captured by Walker and Bucky, and they're getting ready to get shipped off to the lab until the caravan carrying them explodes, and we see that Zemo's butler was the one responsible for it, acting on orders from Zemo. So Zemo is still very dangerous and very powerful, even in the raft. So it'll be interesting to see how they work him into the Thunderbolts roster. I've already talked about John Walker, his U.S. agent gear. We know where he's going. We know where Sam and Bucky are basically moving forward, especially if we get a season 2. I think season 2 would be great, especially if we get to see more of U.S. agent, and maybe he can get some sort of redemption arc in season 2. It doesn't necessarily, again, it doesn't excuse any of his actions in the entire season. Again, I was very honest about him becoming a villain, and it's very possible he can still become a villain. However, giving him at least one act of heroism is a good start, but definitely not the finish line. He's got a long way to go if he wants to be any sort of hero, at least in my eyes. Post-credit scene, there was a post-credit scene too where Sharon Carter is reinstated into the United States. However, at this point, no one else knows that she is the power broker. So she is definitely back working for the CIA, working for a government authority, but is secretly this powerful villain with this empire now. It's very weird because it's reminiscent of Winter Soldier and how Hydra infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. Now we've got another wolf in sheep's clothing. Is there a possibility of giving her redemption? Again, I don't know. I'm very curious where they're going to take her or where she's going to pop up again. If they do a season 2, that would make the most logical sense because no one else knows that she is the power broker. Overall, like I said, this series has been very well done. It's been a very powerful series in terms of the subject and having the discussion and establishing a new lead character in Sam Wilson, continuing him and Bucky Barnes' stories far beyond them just being the friends of Steve Rogers or the sidekicks. They are full-fledged main guys. It's the best way I can say. I love how it sets up for future movies, and I love how we were able to expand more not only on Baron Zemo, but even create a new villain in Sharon Carter, aka the Power Broker. We get John Walker's U.S. agent who has the potential to continue being a dick or becoming less of a dick and more of a hero. We'll see. The last thing about this episode, which was really good, and I kind of thought they were going to do this way back when I first heard about the series. The way the series ends, it doesn't end with the title of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It is now Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It's great. It's great, and I was very happy to see that title crawl. I'm really excited to see where the future of these characters go. If we're going to get a season 2, I think a season 2 would be well warranted, especially if we're not going to get them in the movies for a little bit. I like when series make you think. I like when they make you think a little bit. So that is it. That is my spoiler review for the finale of Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Have you seen the episode? What did you think about it? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. As always with these videos, guys, thank you so much for watching them. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to hear me ramble or hear me talk or make little jokes here and there or do a quick zoom in of the camera just or some words pop up and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. It's a fun hobby. It's not necessarily a job, but I take pride in the editing. I take pride in coming up with good images and things like that. So I do hope you enjoy that. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I hope you stick around with me again. I'll probably do episodes for Loki. I'm not 100% sure. Just depends on interest in that. I may just do one overall series wrap up. We'll see. I would say the next movie review that'll be up on the channel should be Mortal Kombat. I'm going to watch that tonight. And I'll give a quick review for that after I get to see that movie. And hopefully the next movie I get to see in theaters will be Black Widow. That's in July. I missed out on the Demon Slayer one. I'm rambling. Let me just stop. So you can follow me on all the social media listed at the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And as always, until next time, I will catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.